Welcome back to Road to the Vote. In-person absentee voting ends November 2nd. Right now, the North Charleston Coliseum is welcoming all voters to come and vote early. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5. Some voters said they were through that line in just about a half an hour. Officials say they were not shocked to see the increase in in-person absentee voting.
We want to see that number continuously increase. And what we saw in 2016, the first full week of 2016 was 1,063 voters. In our first day of absentee voting in North Charleston, we surpassed that. Our first day was 1,294 voters. Our second day was 1,206. The third day was 1,330, and yesterday was 1,437. So in 4 days, we've surpassed the full second week of absentee voting in 2016.
Officials say you don't need to register to vote in person. That's only if you plan to vote absentee by mail. Charleston County also has 3 other in-person absentee voting locations open, one at Seacoast Church in Mount Pleasant, the other at Seacoast Church in West Ashley, and the third is the Charleston County Library, the downtown branch. They will be open from 8:30 in the morning until 5 at night, Monday through Friday. All locations will also be open to voters Saturday, October 31st. In order to vote absentee in person, you'll need one of 5 forms of identification. They are a South Carolina driver's license, a South Carolina picture ID, a South Carolina voter registration card with your photo on it, a U.S. military ID, or a U.S. passport. When you head to an absentee voting location, you fill out an absentee application, and then you simply vote. With November 3rd right around the corner, we asked officials what you could expect when you go to the polls on Election Day. They are not forcing voters to wear masks, but they are highly encouraged. They also said they are implementing other safety protocols as well.
Our workers will have masks and gloves, hand sanitizer. We'll actually be giving the voter a long Q-tip with which to touch the voting machine so they don't have to physically touch it. We'll be cleaning down surfaces throughout the day. So we'll be doing all those things to make sure that they're safe, but we do highly encourage voters to wear a mask on Election Day.
And before you head to the polls, you're asked to look up your information to make sure you arrive at the correct precinct. If you are not aware of your correct voting location, head to our website, itcounton2.com. We also asked when voters can expect to have the election results. Officials said the paper ballots are going to take a bit of time to count. That's because they are not allowed to open those ballots until 7 a.m. on Election Day. They explained that after opening the ballots, they have to go through the process of flattening the sheets out so they can scan correctly. Officials say the city has 3 high-speed scanners, but it will still take longer than normal.
In the past 2 presidential elections, 12 and 16, that I've been here for, it has taken us into Wednesday. So we highly expect that that trend will continue, unfortunately, and we'll be into Wednesday before we actually have the paper ballot totals released.
Mr. Debney also said they'll have about 40 to 60 workers opening the ballots on Election Day to make that process quicker. He asked citizens to please be patient while at the polls and while waiting for results. That's all the time we have for our second election special, Road to Vote. Our last segment will air next Saturday, where we'll be digging a little deeper into the presidential election. We'll tell you what you can expect on Election Day and break down the 2 candidates, Republican President Donald Trump and challenger, former Vice President Joe Biden.